everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of New Strength Sugar Babes. We've got Kim here. She's from Melbourne. She actually has no kids. She's one of the few women in our program, like me, that doesn't have children, but we've got a shit ton of other ones that do. Now, she's a nurse. How long have you been in the program for now?
Since started beginning of July. Yeah.
Okay, so
July.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it has been. Yeah, I suppose it has. Yeah. So yeah.
Well, time flies when you're having fun, doesn't it? Time flies when you're eating real food.
It does. It does. It has gone quick, actually. I got to pinch myself and think, oh no, it has been 6 months now. So
it's crazy. And she came to the event, which was awesome. The events are always awesome. But anyway, I'll stop crapping on. And tell the viewers, Kim, why did you join the program? So what were the issues that you were having and how were they affecting your life?
Yeah, like for me, I'm probably one of the few that didn't have many issues as such. I've always slept pretty well, and mostly for me it was just getting to know food again, as in not that I've done a lot of restrictive diets, but I've done, like low carb, high protein, all that sort of stuff. And me, I just actually sort of was like, what do I eat? I was really getting confused. And I just thought, how can a piece of fruit be seen as bad as, this is the way I saw it, as bad as having like a big piece of creamy cake, I was really, and I thought it's natural food. How can that be, sugar? The sugar's going to be bad for you. So I was really sort of confused with what I should and shouldn't be eating. So
how old are you?
54.
Yeah, wow. You don't look 54. It's I think it's crazy. Like I was like that too. Like I just got to the point where I tried so many diets and I was like, fuck, like I didn't know what I should eat because everything was bad. Dairy was bad, sugar was bad, fruit was too high in sugar.
Yes.
It was just, you just have no idea.
Yeah, and it was, and I was just like, I just don't know what to eat anymore. And also too, like exercise-wise, I'd always sort of done probably lots of more cardio than weights. I did weights many, many years ago in my early 20s. And then when I tried to do it again, I just found it as boring as batshit because it was all those, doing those leg raisy things and all that. And I thought, to me, that's not challenging. It didn't push my buttons. And so I used to do lots of cardio. I used to love doing boot camps. I did a lot of martial arts and then I started running probably about 7 years ago, and I really enjoyed it. But I have lost a lot of weight. I was probably what was I? I was probably about 15 kilos heavier than what I am now, but I lost about 25, and I've put on probably about and then I put on, after I sort of balanced out and stopped doing what I was doing, I've put on probably about 7 kilos, but I've been around this weight where I am now for a while. But I've just, I was just all jiggly, and and so that's what I want to do too. Get strong again and tighten up. So
tone up, get toned.
Yeah. So ideally, I could be a few kilos lighter, but for me, that's not why I joined. If that happens, that's an added bonus for me. So I just want to change my body composition. So, and I'm not the most consistent person, but for me, I'm just chipping away and it's working for me and I feel really good. So,
Well, I mean, like slow, steady progress is good. And, like you're always really good. What I like about you is you really own your progress. You're like, I'm not perfect, but I accept that I'm just going to keep chipping away and making slow improvements and and you have made slow, steady progress the whole time you've been here, instead of going, because I think that's probably much more achievable because the things that you're doing are sticking and then you're just building on that week in, week out. So talk about the, improvements or what you've noticed since you've joined the program.
Like for example, for me, even just my strength, I've always been reasonably strong anyway, but I just it's so good to feel strong again. And so I'm feeling stronger. I'm feeling a little more in tune with my body as well. I'm just feeling really good and really balanced. I know that yeah, I know eating more sugar has really helped that with me, because I was really like was eating lower carb and lower sugar, but I really yeah, I like orange juice and things like that. I'm really enjoying drinking those. I've never drank orange juice in my life. So, and just, yeah, I just feel really good. Yeah, yeah. And it's just a thing that's been going on over the last few years for me anyway. And this is just sort of like when you're sort of just getting on top of the icing of the cake sort of thing. So I'm just feeling, I just feel really good about life and about me, and yeah, just keep chugging along, I just want to, I'm not in this for a short time. I just want to, like I said, for me to keep chipping away. I know I can sustain it. So, and I'll improve as I go. So, yeah.
And do you feel, like you said at the start, you felt really confused about food. How do you feel now about food?
It's great. I don't feel, I suppose you often hear people say, I feel a bit freer about the idea of food. It's like, oh, okay, yeah. And I can eat that piece of fruit, or which we need to, and just I don't know. I just feel freer about food. I'm not thinking about it as much, even though I am thinking about it. But I'm not like, oh God, I can't really have that. Or I know there are certain foods we try and steer clear of, but I don't feel as though I'm restricted.
I know, it's just yum. You just get to eat yum food every day.
Yeah, yeah. And I was sort of brought up on basic country cooking, so I always have been like that anyway. So for me, it's just almost like coming home. It's just like, oh, this is what I used to eat as a kid.
Yeah.
So
if only we didn't steer away from that. Like, I think about that too. My grandma, who's 90 now, like what she used to feed us. She used to squeeze orange juice.
Yes, well, mine then, yeah.
Yeah, and strain the pulp, and we'd have it. We'd pull it off from her garden. We'd have eggs. She'd make bread. Big roast meat. She'd make steak and kidney pie, which I hated.
Yes.
And like liver and kidneys on toast for my granddad. Oh, it smelled so bad. But everything was really like home cooked.
Yeah.
I never actually remember eating green vegetables when I was at her house ever.
Yeah. Well, see, that's something I've always been I thought I was a big green vegetable person, but I actually realised I never really was, because I'm not actually missing them.
Same.
I still put it, because I can tolerate, most foods. It doesn't, I don't have too much of a problem, but, I put a few beans in here and there, but, yeah, I'm not missing, I've never been a big broccoli eater. So, not eating broccoli at all. I don't even eat broccoli at all, and very rarely did anyway. So, but eating potatoes sort of new for me. Rice is something that I hadn't eaten for years. So I'm actually enjoying that.
How good are potatoes? They're the best.
I love them. Yeah, mashed potato. It's just like, yeah.
You never get sick of it. Every night I have potatoes with my juice, so I either air fry them or mash them, or just the most incredible food. Oh, it's so good. Yeah,
even fish, I'm eating fish now. So as I said, it's just little things for me. So even fish, I'm eating fish now, and I've never been a big fish eater, but I I've been actually Lexi put me onto it. So it was the hoki, which was the grenadier, which I didn't realise. It's not real fishy. So so I actually I'm enjoying. I'm having that now as well. So.
Oh, it's so awesome. That's so awesome. I know, it's so nice. I think you nailed it. Like being free. Just being free and understanding what you need and what your body needs, and not being so afraid of sugar anymore.
Yeah. And it is, I really, I just feel really comfortable, and I'm just happy. I'm happy anyway, but I'm even happier.
Well, everyone's happy when they're eating food, when they're not starving themselves and doing stupid keto and bloody low carb. It's just misery. It's misery.
Yeah, it is, and they're not sustainable. They're not. Whereas this, because I have dabbled a lot and looked at lots of different things, and this is sustainable for me. I can keep doing this. As I said, I'm not perfect, and I'm the first to admit that, but I've got a good foundation and a good a good basis of where I should be eating and what I should be eating, and my body's thanking me for it. So
and now, Kim, when women join the program, and you probably had some of these reservations, they're really worried about doing it online. They're like, how am I going to do this program online? What's the support going to be like? The coaching, how's it going to be delivered? You know, what would you say to that if they're worried about doing it online?
Look, to be honest, I was thinking the same thing myself. Thought, how am I going to do this online? Because I'm not good with apps and things. But you know, yeah, it was a little bit overwhelming at first, and I had a couple of times. I think my first talk with
Lexi?
Mel, yeah, Lexi and Mel. I didn't even know how to get the sound going, and I was like, oh, this
Look
is
at you now.
Yeah, look at me sitting up here. Yeah, so yeah, it's you just have to ask if you're having problems, or you get there. It's just one step at a time, like anything. You know, Rome wasn't built in a day, and yeah, and there's so much support on there. I probably don't use it as much as what I should, but there is so much support. If you have trouble or if you've got an issue, just put a message out there. So everyone's more than happy to help, and that's what I really love about this, is that it's not just a program. It's, you know, it's like a big community and a big family, and yeah, everyone's there for each other, which is really nice.
It is an awesome community. It is. Like, it really is. Yeah. No bitches. There's, you know, everyone's really wants to see the other women in the program succeed, and they're so supportive. Yeah. So awesome. Now, the second one is, you know, they're really worried about committing to the program, because they think, because they've done, like you and me, 50 million other diets, and they think, oh, fine, like, how is this one? This is just going to be another one that I fail at. What would you say to that?
For me, like, I would just say, just chip away at it. Like, for me, what I've been doing, I tend not to be obsessive about stuff, but I like to just chip away. And like we were chatting about before, I think if you just making those little changes, they become more of a habit. And yeah, I just think it's an easy way to eat. You know, it's so you just keep chipping away, and don't get overwhelmed by any of it. Try not to, and even with the food, you know, you just yeah. I know I've found it very easy to slip into. So.
And how is it different to all the other diets you've done?
I can eat food that's easy. For example, like milk. Like if I get home from work, like I did last night, I was just too tired to really even eat. So I just thought, right, can I have that's, you know, carbs, So